And the third reason why the East India Company was facing very drastic financial crisis was the corruption among the officers in East India Company. East India Company, the officers working in East India Company were getting so highly corrupted that the officers were getting rich and rich, but company was go on facing financial crisis. Because of the high range of corruption, East India Company was facing the bankruptcy. And very fourth, very last, and very foremost, and very significant reason for the bankruptcy of East India Company was the tradition of the trade of tea powder. East India Company used to carry the tea powder from India to America, to import the tea powder from India to America. Okay, what happened in America? The Dutch people started smuggling that tea powder. Okay, so because of that, the demand of tea powder in America, the demand of Indian tea powder in America became less. Because of that, there was no demand from America for tea powder from India. So in very huge amount of tea powder in India, the India tea powder was getting spoiled in India because of very huge amount, and it was unable to sell. It was not getting sold because there was no more demand from America, because in America was getting tea powder by smuggling from Dutch company, Dutch from Dutch people. So this trade was also failed. Which trade? The trade of tea powder from India to America. Although from starting it was at a boom at a high level, but as gradually the times go on, the demand of tea powder from America decreased, as I said, because the Dutch were smuggling the tea powder. So now there was no more import of tea powder from India to America. So by keeping in godowns, the tea powder was getting spoiled, getting decomposed, and getting waste. Because of that also, because of these four reasons, East India Company faced very drastic, very horrible and ridiculous financial crisis. Because to remove the East India Company from kind of financial crisis, the British government started the Regulating Act. Now let us know what are the features of the Regulating Act 1773. Now let us try to learn about the main features of East Regulating Act 1773. As we have learned earlier in our earlier videos that in British government there were East India Company in India have created three main governances. Okay, three main presidencies. One is Bengal presidency, one is Madras presidency, and third one is Bombay presidency. And each presidency was to rule the each presidency. There was a governor general of each presidency. So there was three governor generals of three presidencies. Okay. So as Regulating Act started by British government. So British government made some changes in these presidencies. Okay, what the British government did, Madras, the Governor General of Madras Presidency, he made him the head of rest of two presidencies. Okay, now rest of two presidencies, that means the presidencies of Bombay and presidencies of Bengal, they used to report to the Governor General of Madras. Sorry, Governor of Bengal was made as Governor General of Bengal. Okay, so rest of two governors of other presidencies, Bombay presidencies and Madras presidencies, these two governors should have to report their procession to the Governor General of Bengal, and Governor General of Bengal was directly linked and contact with directories, court of directories, and the members of court of directory were 24, and the number of members of court of the directory were 24, and these 24 were not changed at all. They were kept 24 only, but the Governor General of Bengal made the Governor of Bengal gave got the position of Governor General of Bengal. By this, he got authority on other two governors of Bombay presidencies and Madras presidencies. And again, and the second change what occurred in through this regulating act was, as we know that in Bengal there was dual government. Okay, there was the dual government running in Bengal. That means the Diwani rights and the revenue right. Okay, as per this dual government, what actually this dual government was, we have to understand very importantly that what is actual in what actually the dual government is. As per this government, the Nawab was had the responsibility, and as we know that the Bihar, Orissa, and Bengal, these places were under control of East India Company to collect the tax. Okay, Mughal Emperor what he did? Shah Alam II, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II gave the responsibility to East India Company to collect the tax from Bihar, Bengal, and Odisha. And the Nawab of Bengal was given the responsibility to take care of their people, to take care of the citizens. But Nawab was not getting any kind of tax. Tax was receiving by East India Company, and the responsibility was given to Nawab. Obviously, Nawab was not taking care of people, so because of that, people were not getting any benefits from East India Company and any other governments, right? So people was not getting any other benefits because Nawab was not getting any payment. He was doing free of cost. He was doing the duty free of cost. He was not getting the tax, not getting the salary, nothing, not getting the payment. Just he was doing the work freely. So he started what he did. He started the negligence in his work. He started neglecting his work. Because of that, the people were not getting the benefits from government and East India Company, even from local government and even from British government. So British what they did, this British cancelled the dual government and took all the responsibilities towards the British government. And what the British did, British gave the Nawab a retirement and said, now you just relax in your home. Now the dual government was cancelled, and all the activities undertaken by dual government was now undertaken by British government. Now, when we talk about the features of the Regulating Act 1773, the first feature of Regulating Act was the monopoly. Monopoly means, as I have explained earlier, that from the British government there was the license to continue the trade in India given only to East India Company. Even in East Asia, even in South Asia, except East India Company, no company was allowed to trade. This was the monopoly. This was the agreement between British government and East India Company. And in this monopoly, there was no changes in the after regulating act was passed. This was the same. Now the monopoly was continued by East India Company. The monopoly was enjoyed by East India Company. Now itself also after regulating act was passed. And when we talk about the control on company, East India Company, as I said earlier, the control on East India Company was directed by Court of Directors. That was there were 24 directors in the court of directors. Even in this activity, there was no change. Now, after regulating act was passed, after passed also the company was governing by court of directors. The company was under control of court of directors, that was 24 in the number, and all these were England citizenships. And another important feature of regulating act was, as we have discussed earlier, that East India Company, in Indian administration of East India Company, there were three presidencies: Bengal, Madras, and Bombay. and Bengal governor was made as Governor General